Hi, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Now, in this video, what I'm actually going to do is give you a behind the scenes look, a sneak peek, as it were, at my monthly membership platform called Weavers of Plant Wisdom. Now, when a lot of folks start out on their journey and decide they want to learn about plant medicine, they want to learn about herbs, one of the things that's not hard to do is find information. In fact, there's so much at our fingertips that I think people start to feel really overwhelmed and they don't know where to start. And that was one of my goals with Weavers of Plant Wisdom. I really wanted a platform that was easy to use, that you could do at your own pace, and was in a language you actually understood. Because let's be honest, many times when herbalists start to talk, it sounds like they're speaking a foreign language, maybe Latin, pun intended. And so one of the things I wanted to do was make it simple for people. And as I've been doing this now for almost a year, that's the feedback. That's the exact feedback that I've been getting, is that people are able to take the information they have from Weavers and directly apply it into their lives. Just today, one of my students told me that they were using one of the handouts in the modules they had for immune health, and they felt confident moving forward in treating their son who wasn't feeling well that day. And that's exactly what I want, because we can buy all the books, we can watch all the videos, but if you still don't have the confidence to move forward in your herbal practice, be it a small family home practice where you're just treating your family, or a larger goal of maybe helping your community, if you can't take those steps and make them actionable, then it leaves you feeling sort of lost and lacking in confidence. So without further ado, I'm actually going to share my screen and I'm going to show you what you get when you join Weavers of Plant Wisdom. Now, here's what's really neat. Because I've been doing this for quite a while now, any new members who sign up today, you get access to everything. Now, at first they may seem overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is go through the way I think, or I would suggest that people move through the modules. And like I said, this is all at your own pace, which is really neat. There are live classes once a week, but they are recorded and immediately put up into the platform. So you're able to do it on your own schedule and your own time. So let me just share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So when you log into Weavers, this is the platform. Now, lots of people are probably familiar with Kajabi. I actually went with a different system out of France called System.io, and I'm super happy with it. It's really user-friendly. It's got a nice, clean interface, exactly what you want, because a lot of my students are overwhelmed by really complicated technology. And that's one thing I really wanted to avoid. So when you come in, one of the first things you should do is go to the Start Here section. And of course, I've got a little bit of a welcome message. So all of the lessons are set up in a very similar format. So you're going to have the title. You're likely, in every single case, you're going to have a video of some kind. Any additional notes that may be relevant, and in this case, talking about the Focus on Herbs posts, and there's going to be a link to join the Facebook community, which if you're still on Facebook, I highly recommend. It's a really interactive group. It's a place where people, just today, someone brought a question about making cayenne tincture, and everybody can kind of put in their own experiences. People have been sharing recipes, taking pictures of their gardens. It's really become kind of like a family, which I really like. So after the welcome, the very first lesson I suggest people go to is Herbal Terminology Basics. And I know a lot of people want to skip the basic stuff, but it's important that we know this because it sets a foundation. Now, the first few lessons are really short, only 3 minutes, because this one actually has a PDF. So most of my classes, in addition to the additional notes, you're going to get PDFs, which are, if I may be so humble, really great looking. And what's neat about Weavers is that you are building your own herbal medicinal binder as you go along, because every single lesson has a really professional looking handout that you're able to print out or save if you want to save the paper. So of course, this particular one is all the different terminology that you may go through. I recommend printing this one out because it's really great to flip to if we're in the middle of a lesson and you're like, oh, she was talking about adaptogens. What are those again? And you have that definition right at your fingertips. So also in these first lessons, I do go a little bit into botanical names. So you can start to understand why herbalists speak Latin, pretty important. So once you're done through this start here section, and like I said, I've got a whole lesson here on types of herbal preparations, equipment you might need, and even a suggested book list. So this is where I suggest, and of course I called it start here for a reason. This is where I suggest everyone start. I then have a module called Healer You, where we actually start to talk about some of the philosophies of herbal medicine. What does it mean to be a herbalist? What are the different philosophies around healing? This can actually be a pretty big topic. As you can see, it's 31 minutes long, where we go into all the different philosophies. And we talk about things like weaving health into our everyday life. So that would be the Healer You module. After that, I do recommend you go through Breakthroughs in Health, where we talk about radical accountability. How are we actually going to experience breakthroughs in health? Because most people come to herbal medicine because something isn't functioning, right? Something's not working right. You've got inflammation, you have disease, maybe you're not sleeping, you're stressed. There's usually something that drew you to plant-based medicine. And so we talk about things like radical accountability, how to be sovereign in your own energy field. So we have a whole lesson about that and how to not get sucked into the drama of those people around you so that you can keep moving forward in your healing journey. We even talk about things like intuition. And in this class, we talk about playing with an applied kinesiology technique called muscle testing and using pendulums. So we really do weave in so many different aspects of healing. And then I do go into something called self-sabotaging or death programming as well. And from here, you can really, once you have those two main modules under your belt, you will be able to access the information and understand it and apply it into your life. So from here, you can go to any one of these modules. So we already have an entire class module on the digestive system, where we go into the anatomy and physiology of the system. We talk about the herbal therapeutics. What plants would I use if I were treating the digestive system? We talk about food triggers. We talk about probiotics and ferments. So we have an entire module right there at your fingertips that you're able to start to heal your gut. And to just today, again, another one of my students came forward and was like, I'm actually finally able to digest food. For them, the biggest problem was actually putting on weight because their body wasn't able to assimilate nutrients. And because they started understanding those foundational aspects, they're already starting to thrive. Like, how great is that? We have another module on detoxing your life. We go through products, organs of elimination, even interactions that deplete us. And of course, every one of these individual modules will have herbal therapeutics. What kind of plants should I use, right? How do I use them? So of course, we have the actual video lesson. And just like everything else, we have herbal therapeutics for detoxification and a handout, as well as some blank formulating charts. So you can start to formulate like a master herbalist. We have a new class that just finished last month on building your immune system and what that even means. We go into the nitty gritty again, the anatomy and physiology, as well as the herbal therapeutics. We've got an entire module on medicine making. So far, we've covered tincture making and just the beginning lessons of flower essences. And check this out. We already have classes on over a dozen individual herbs, and each one of these classes not only comes with a herbal, an actual lesson, a video lesson, but you get monographs. Again, really professional looking monographs that, I sell on my website. A lot of herbalists will sell them, and this is all included in Weavers that you can print out. You've got all the information right here on at your fingertips, including how to harvest, what kind of habitat they grow in. Look, we even have a list of chemical constituents, of course, botanical description, and then we go into the therapeutics and all the therapeutic properties that catnip has. And what's really neat about these classes is we actually have entire sections on flower essences as well. So these herbal monographs not only include the materia medica type information, the therapeutic information, but if there is for flower essence use, we go into that. And we even go into folklore, magical, and traditional uses as well with every single one. So we've got classes on catnip, dandelion, echinacea. We've covered plantain, St. John's wort, so many. We also have a few master classes that you'll have access to. We just did our first formulating practice class where the students actually got to sit and practice making formulas and bounce those ideas off of me and the other students to see how they could tweak, because practice is the best way to really learn how to use herbs. We have Q&A sessions that are always recorded, and even some meditations and guided journeys. All of this you have access to the minute that you join Weavers. So again, if you like my format, if you like the way that I deliver material and you've been enjoying my YouTube content, you may find Weavers to be that sort of next step so you can really deepen your learning and start to understand how to apply these concepts, these plants into your everyday life. Now, what's really neat is Weavers is constantly growing. I do a live class once a week, and every one of those gets like plunked right into the library. So you will have access to it for as long as you are a member of my platform. Now, if you're watching this video, I will have a coupon code that is available for you. So I encourage you, check out the description below, copy and paste it, and use that coupon code, because I know times are tough. I know that we have to be really aware and cognizant of how we're spending every one of our dollars. And so I want to make this accessible for people. So there is an option to pay monthly, and there is also an option to sign up for an entire year, depending on your finances and depending on how eager you are to get started. Now, if you've got any questions about Weavers or anything else that you would like to learn, pick my brain, please drop them in the comments below. You're also welcome to contact me via email. If there's anything I can do to help you or to guide you along your journey, I'm happy to do that. And if you've made it through all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.